Good afternoon. This is your veteran from Trinity. I'm out here in El Paso, and today I want to give a special thank. You know, what I do every day when I get up, I put and I get out of bed, put my foot on the ground, and the first thing I do is thank God. The reason I do that is because I consider myself to be very lucky. And we should always praise God for giving us another day on this earth. Especially when since 2.5 years ago, I had my stroke. And I thank God every day for being able to get up and breathe. Because in those 2 times, I've had some people that wasn't as lucky as I am. My brother-in-law, and also the cousin of my who died, and the husband of my cousin, who is basically bedridden, and she has to take care of him, which turns out to be what do you call it, an everyday occurrence. I am fortunate that I am still able to do things. Right now, I can still get out of bed. I have problems walking, but I can walk. So I have to praise God that I can still do these things. My right hand hasn't healed the properties yet, and my left leg is still kind of a difficult thing to walk with. But I thank God every day I can still walk. I'm one of the lucky ones, Like I start every morning around 7:30. I have a health giver that comes in here, help me take a shower, um, help me if I need breakfast. She prepares breakfast for me, and makes my life easy. A lot of my fellow veterans don't have that service, so I am very fortunate to take advantage of that. Like yesterday, my day started at 7:30. Went there. I also got up and went to do a lab. That took me about 45 minutes there and back. After that, I came home, rested for a few hours, and then I went to my chiropractor. I'm fortunate enough to get chiropractor in service, and after about an hour and 20 minutes, after that, I was able to go to physical therapy, where they did a wonderful job on me over the physical here in the Northeast. This was very good. So my walking is improving. It's still a long way, but I'm doing the best I can. I am waiting to be reassigned occupational therapy for my right hand. But that's due any time. But it's great to be alive and taking advantage of those services. I am very fortunate, and I appreciate it a lot. One of the few things I've decided, I'm not going to get too much involved in politics, because I'm just going to wait and see how things go the next couple of months. But I'm not a fan of your president, but he always states that he was given a mandate by the people. He wasn't, because so many people here in the United States don't vote. And you're not voting, and those who vote for the wrong candidate have to pay the consequences. When their candidate don't win, or the candidate you didn't like wins the election. So I'm waiting to see what the American people do in the next year or so. Because one thing about the United States, we all have the right to protest if you voted. If you didn't vote, whether your candidate win or not, you don't have that right. So I exercise my right. My candidate didn't win, but that's okay. I strongly believe in the United States and will continue to support it. I don't like the president, but that is what we have. So we'll see what happens. You know, one thing as a black man in America, or as a black man, period, we've always been fighting. We're fighting since the beginning of time. As my ancestors did not originally come to the United States. They were diverted to the Caribbean. But all our birthplace was in Africa. Some ships made it to the North American shores. My ancestor ship made it to the West Indies. So, but we all are connected one way or another. As a black man, I've learned to fight for everything I get. Nobody gives you anything. As a black man in America, you had to fight for the rights to be free. You had to fight for the rights to learn to read. You always had to fight. You always had to prove yourself better than most person. As you know, in the next 15 to 20 years, Anglos are not going to be the majority in America. That is one of the reasons I personally believe that Donald Trump doesn't want all these people of color in his country. He's trying to, as you would say, make America white again. But if you look around the world, there's no such thing as a pure white race anywhere. Eventually, they're all going to mix. Even in Europe, where a lot of Muslims and from the Arab islands and Asian and everybody has gone and diluted the different populations. So there's going to be in the next few years, there's going to be no 100% race. You're going to have so many mixed people, it's going to be unbelievable. So we need to educate all our people, minorities and everybody. So, as I said, when I was younger, my dad always told me the best thing to succeed is an education. And I've educated myself pretty well. As I said, I have a bachelor's degree, master's degree, and administration degree. The only reason I didn't go for my doctorate, it was I saw no value in it, and at such an expense. But I always tell, especially black people, get as much education as you can, because, be prepared for an opportunity. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not receive it than to be given an opportunity and not be prepared. So I always made sure I was well educated, and so if an opportunity came my way, I could accept it, which I've always done. So, nobody gave me anything. All these people, especially Trump's spokesperson, didn't realize that the DEI was given to women. At one time, women didn't have the right to vote. All that was done through the suffrage movement. Also, civil rights have granted women a lot of rights. DEI has helped white women tremendously, you know. Then also we have the Hispanics that forgot that a lot of rights they have today was because of black people protesting. You know, people forget